Hi. Hi. How is everybody? Hope everyone's well. Yes, I do look a different colour. That's because I put fake tan on today. I always feel better with a bit of tan on. Now, what is there to report? So many things. So many. All good. So yeah, first and foremost, how's everyone's day been? Good. Got through another day, guys. Yay! Woo! So that's good. Maybe I'll start with this. So we've got. I don't think I did. Bear with me. Right, yeah, okay. The Transfiguration. About 8 days after Jesus said this, he took Peter, John, and James with him and went up onto the mountain to pray. As he was praying, the appearance of his face changed and his clothes became as bright as flash of lightning. Two men, Moses and Elijah, appeared in glorious splendor talking with Jesus. They spoke about his departure, which he was about to bring to the fulfillment at Jerusalem. Peter and his companions were very sleepy, but when they became fully awake, they saw his glory and the two men standing with him. As the men were leaving Jesus, Peter said to him, Master, it is good for us to be here. Let us put up 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. He did not know what he was saying. While he was speaking, a cloud appeared and enveloped them, and they were afraid as they entered the cloud. A voice came from the cloud saying, This is my son, whom I have chosen. Listen to him. When the voice had spoken, they found that Jesus was alone. The disciples kept this to themselves and told no one at the time what they had seen. And then, because I missed one, we're on the third now, aren't we? This is the next one. The healing of a boy with an evil spirit. The next day, when they came down from the mountain, a large crowd met him. A man in the crowd called out, Teacher, I beg you to look at my son, for he is my only child. A spirit seizes him, and he suddenly screams, throws him into convulsions so that he foams at the mouth. It scarcely ever leaves him and is destroying him. I begged you, disciples, to drive it out, but they could not. Oh, unbelieving and perverse generation, Jesus replied, how long shall I stay with you and put up with you? Bring your son here. Even while the boy was coming, the demon threw him to the ground in a convulsion, but Jesus rebuked the evil spirit, healed the boy, and gave him back to his father. And they were all amazed at the greatness of God. While everyone was marveling at all that Jesus did, he said to his disciples, Listen carefully to what I am about to tell you. The Son of Man is going to be betrayed into the hands of men. But they did not understand what this meant. It was hidden from them, so that they did not grasp it, and they were afraid to ask about it. Oh yeah, and then this one, because I missed a couple. Who will be the greatest? An argument started among the disciples as to which one of them would be the greatest. Jesus, knowing their thoughts, took a little child and made him stand beside him. Then he said to them, Whoever welcomes this child in my name welcomes me, and whoever welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me. For he who is least among you all, he is the greatest. Master, said John, we saw a man driving out demons in your name, and we tried to stop him because he is not one of us. Do not stop him, Jesus said, for whoever is not against you is for you. That's just that's from the daily, because in here it says it's got little daily ones. That's 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of February, which is just interesting based on everything that I've been saying. Yeah, there's a couple of things. One is I saw something about saw some video about this. People need to understand, and it's actually it actually bears relevance to that. What we've just heard there. In that these books here that I've been talking to you about, these are religious texts. They are books of mystery, books of magic, books of miracles, and collectively, and they are books that have been kept secret for a reason, either by because not everyone will understand, and also not everyone's got good intentions. And the problem is that the vast majority of people that are using these are religious texts. This is the Book of Moses. You got all these are religious texts. You got Book of Abraham. So these are the words that they used to perform their miracles. So, and as I said yesterday, there's even a bit in it saying this has to be, this is kept secret by religion, but they've been using it to serve themselves. And even worse, if it's in the hands of somebody with which it has been over history, in the hands of people that have ill intent, that's why it's like Groundhog Day, isn't it? If you think about it, not just now, just history in general, because none of the problems have ever been sorted out, because this knowledge has been passed like a baton from one bad person to another, and they're just using it. They've been using the knowledge to perform rituals, to invoke, evil spirits, demonic spirits, supernatural creatures and things that are, and using it for there's honestly, it's mind blowing, really. And their prayers, they're written in Latin, they're written in Greek, they're written in Hebrew, they're written in Aramaic. And these are centuries old. Like lucid dreaming, astral projection. And people have been doing it behind closed doors. People, because they're too afraid to speak about it, because there's that sort of, and by design, by those at the top there, that have been using it for evil purposes. And these, as I said to you, this one here, that first bit, plain as day, sacrificing a child, and then you got to think about what's going on with the in certain circles with the rituals and they're all the same people, all the same circle. and the trafficking and all of that, right? So there's that. But what collectively, and this book of Moses here, I just opened it randomly, and the page that I opened it to is it's the psalm for the physical welfare of man. So like for healing the sick. There's things in here for, weather. So there's nothing to be afraid. Don't get me wrong, it is a minefield, and I can understand why, to a certain extent, why it isn't widely known as well, because if you're somebody that's got you've got bad intentions, then obviously everyone having that knowledge, it can be dangerous. But this has been passed to me, or it's come to my attention for whatever reason. Maybe because I understand it. I think. So what collectively we have here, and this is important to know, is look, right? And bear in mind, I've got another 10 books coming. What we collectively have here, yeah. Do you know what that is? That is the instruction manual for creating heaven on earth. Literals. Like, how exciting is that? I'm not interested in the black magic, because there is black magic, but you need to know about it, don't you? If you want to be a master of all of this, you got to know the dark side as well as the way more light. Because when you know the dark side, then you know it, you can spot it, and you can fight against it. And what I was saying about these demonic spirits like Jezebel and Baal and what's the other one? Well, that was scares me. Firstly, it's performing an exorcism, is what it is, on these people. Now, there's exorcism where you can expect, it really depends on the level of which that spirit has taken hold. Do you understand what I mean? So if we take it for the current situation, yeah, but feel good about this. I feel fucking excellent about it. Yeah, that's the answer there. Got it. Smashed it. All right. Yeah. So take this current situation here. So you got anyone that is responsible at the top there for COVID-19, right? Because it's man-made. So and no one's there. Yeah, it's too late for them, right? because they're genocidal. It's too late for them. So that's, as I said yesterday, the words, the scripture, the psalm, the prayer that enables the control of demons, like Jesus did to the demon-possessed man to run into the sea. That, I've got that. So, I've been given that. Now, that isn't witchcraft. That's using scripture, like religious texts, psalms, prayers, to perform essentially a miracle. And that is what these things do. That's what all these texts here, that's what they're teaching you how to do. That's not bad magic. That's for the good of man. Let's just get that right. There are people doing bad magic, but again, let this be a warning, because there's things in there that will enable me to stop them from doing that collectively in one swoop. And there's people out there that are doing it against me. But the thing is, they can't touch me. Yeah. People that I saw this thing say they were trying to bind me and that's why I can't move. I'm here out of choice. Make no mistake. Yeah, I'm still here doing this out of choice because it's the right thing to do. To achieve, I had a dream, literally had a dream at the end of 2019, and I kept waking up at 3:30 in the morning for a week, and then I changed, and then I just felt like I needed to change my name to Hope, Faith, Love, which I did on the 1st of January last year. And the dream that I had repeatedly was about, and it may seem grand, but it was a dream, and it was about saving the world, right? And it's going to sound ridiculous, but that was the dream. It was just a dream. At the time, it's just a dream. But it just kept playing over and over in my head. And then obviously, different things happened. There was more waking up at that time. Then more synchronicities, started numbers. Then somebody said to me about everything's a sign and symbol. Then I started doing all of these courses, and I started with Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Russell Brunson, and then something they said made me join up onto everything, and then that's how it started. And the dream, it just expanded. And then COVID happened, and then because I'd already was on that journey, then I was already questioning. And those questions just led to more questions, which led to more research, which led to more understanding. And I shared a link yesterday. There's this, and it's about Freemasonry, the pyramid of Freemasonry in terms of level of understanding. And really, it's like it's almost like a rite of passage. And if you imagine that on your, oh my God, look at my tan hands. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you can stay at that. Right. So if you drew a triangle, yeah. And I'm going to put it in again this. So imagine a stairway. So it's a triangle there, and it's the ultimate, at the top of that point is the opening of your third eye, and also the gateway to your ability to connect to the divine on a deeper level. Let's put it that way. Yeah? With the supernatural. The opening of that eye. So at the moment, we're at the bottom rung of the step, and these are shut. And then also imagine that the steps are like a rolling blind. So every step you take, the blind starts lifting till it's open. Yeah? So you got triangle, top there's your third eye. That triangle is also steps. It's also like a blind, so that when, you know, every step you take, your eyes are opening up slowly till that third eye opens. And you see the world for what it is. You see truth. And every step you take, like in a game, every step you take unlocks something. Another piece of the puzzle, as it were. And the only way to take more steps is a conscious choice, is to learn more stuff. And then, like, you know, but through that gets you to there. And once you're there, then you'll be connected to the divine on a much deeper level, and get get messages. I don't know if that made any sense, but that is exactly what it is. So I'll send that triangle thing. It's a Freemasonry thing. And also when you're there and that's open and these are open, you see the world for exactly what it is, see the truth. You've gained the level of understanding on this like rite of passage to essentially, it's the understanding of, I guess, angels and the supernatural and all things. You don't need to know everything in detail. It's the process. It's the journey. And the connectivity along of all things. And as you walk up this mental step, this mental ladder, you also realize that there are these abilities, psychic, that everyone has it, but they just don't know it yet because they haven't looked into it or practiced it, or and you don't know until you know, do you? Or until someone tells you. And even if someone tells you, you wouldn't necessarily believe it until you go and research it yourself. So the point is, it's a conscious decision. Do you want to reach there? Do you want to be more connected to something that connects us all? Do you want to discover your psychic, telepathic, clairvoyant, mind reading abilities? Because everyone's got them. That's going back to the thing about superpowers. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's, if specific interest in one thing and being excellent at that, that's a superpower anyway. But then imagine expanding out and spreading out and understanding alchemy, understanding philosophy, understanding theology, understanding symbolism, understanding because it is important to understand also different faiths, because all of this information here, it's not from just one. Every faith has important things to teach. Because ultimately they're just, they're messages of how to just be a good human. We're all different. Everyone's gonna follow things differently. And that's because we're all different people living in different places with different backgrounds and different experiences of life and different amounts of money and different schooling and all of this. But as long as we're all walking in the same direction and knowing that actually we're not at war. We're not at war. We shouldn't be at war. We should be focusing on not being at war and focusing on all of the things that connect us and all of the things that make us better. And this year is a lesson in itself. That even in the worst of times, we can still, amazing things can still happen. And miracles can still happen. Miracles happen every day. We just don't see them for that. We've forgotten. You know, look at that. Look at Tom Moore. God rest his soul. You know, he 99-year-old veteran. He wanted to do 1,000 laps. If it was, I think it was 1,000 laps for £1,000, wasn't it? Ended up raising 33 million. Like, come on, what a ledge! When he goes to heaven, yeah, they're gonna be like this. Come on, come on. See what I'm saying? Those pearly gates are opened wide for him, boy. See what I mean? He's gonna. He's up there having a riot, having a party, because he is a legend, and he would be welcomed as such. You know what I mean? It's like Valhalla. Like, you know what I mean, what kind of life are you gonna live? You're gonna be so that when you go to heaven, to Valhalla, wherever. I can't remember excuse my ignorance. I've forgotten the name of but you know what I mean? With that place. How are they going to welcome you? It'll be by your deeds, by your actions. I want to have a fucking rave when I go up. Do you know what I'm saying? Be like, right, fucking party up here. So, to his family, thinking of you, but my gosh, what a life did he lead. Talk about going out with a bang. Like, he'll never be forgotten, will he? Ever. So, sending lots of love to you. There was another lady as well. I wrote her name down. This lady, she's 90. First of all, there's a chap called Bob Bryce. He's like 70. I think he's about 75. He's the UK's eldest apprentice. Big up to you, man. He decided he wanted to go to work and became an apprentice. A legend. And Flo Osborne, that's it. Flo Osborne, yeah. She's 90 years old and she's baking pies. She's got her pie. She's got her bake on. That's what she's got on. She's baking pies all day, every day, and then she's handing them out to all the families near her and carers and people that need food. Right, legends, man. What was the other thing? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm going to link into these things, obviously. There was a 5 thing. Oh, that was it. There's a guy in Arizona. He's 110. Right. Oh, here we go. Bernardo LaPallo, his name is, in Arizona. 110 years. You don't look it. And this is my mum. My nan used to say this, actually. You are what you eat. And he's like, the 5 things that he eats, which he says is the reason why he's got to 110. garlic, honey, cinnamon, chocolate, and olive oil. So there you go. 5 tips, guys. Salt, apparently. Oh, yeah, this is a good one. This is from a respiratory doctor. And it also corresponds with something that Dr. Sebi says, which is having mucus in our bodies, in our lungs, is no good. So the best thing to do is like a salt, inhale like a salt water or vapor. So there is a machine you can buy that just has it going on in the room, or like a Himalayan salt. You can get one of those ones that does it. Like a Aero, whatever it's called. I'll put a link in. Oh, there's this other guy today. I just want to shout out to him because he's awesome. His name is, I can't even read my own writing. Yo, I write so quick. Simon Kindley. Yeah. He has been given, he's in a wheelchair, but he's been given this exoskeleton that means that he can actually stand up because the exoskeleton does it for him. How cool is that? It's really expensive. I think somebody bought it for him. But he is doing something for charity as well in it. He's doing a walk called Simon Steps, walking for the NHS in his exoskeleton, and he's disabled, and how amazing is he? So I'm going to put a link into that. I can't remember what else I was going to say. There was a long list of things. I've got some protection like little videos with prayers in, so I'll add those in. But I think just know that it is all right. There's nothing they can do. I mean, they're clutching at straws. That's the thing. They're trying to cause mayhem. But there won't be anything to fear because I'm just going to shut that shit down. Like, yeah. Because I've decided that today is the day. Today is the day. I've had enough. Stick a fork in me. I am done. So I'm going to be doing the main job that I need to do. And once that person's not here anymore, then everything will just be okay. Because there'll be a lot of things that will come out. And all the people that have lied, part of this, you can be forgiven because I know that you're under duress. We can work it out as long as you own up to it. You've got to own up to it. You've got to own that shit. Make amends. And then the other ones, the ones that are responsible, those ones, they're going to be running. And oh yeah, and I really want them to just sit in that knowledge. Do you know what I mean? There's absolutely nothing they can do. I'm not going to tell you time. I'm going to keep that quiet. I'm going to keep that on the down low so that it can come at any time. I want you to feel the fear. I want those murderous psychopaths that are responsible for 13 months of hell that they have brought upon us. I want them to feel the fear they have tried to instill in us. I'm coming. I'm coming. So yeah, just FYI. And then beyond that, what was the other thing I was going to say to you? Oh, yeah. There's some mad ass shit going down with the Grenfell. I'm going to put some links into this, right? Because they actually did. This is awful. My heart's going out to all those families as well. Because there was a fire not dissimilar. Oh, and thoughts actually. All my thoughts go out to all the firemen. That's a hard job. Pick up the firemen. Yeah, they did. There was a fire not dissimilar in another block, not dissimilar to Grenfell, several years before, with the same cladding. And a report was done at the time with advice that they should replace it then. So not only, so they knew that they should have done it before. They knew that they were told in this report that it would happen again if they didn't change it. So there's a case there, right? So I'll put the links into those because they ignored it. They didn't do it. They didn't replace it. And not only that, there's still now to and froing over whether like you know what I'm saying? That what is it? You know, the outside. I said it earlier, and that word's gone out of my brain already. You know, you'd never stop it. Right. That should have been replaced. That should be taken down off every building immediately at the government's cost. Not even the government, the builders. Right? Because they already know that product is dangerous from the previous report, so they shouldn't have even been fucking using it. So they've used it, and now they still don't want to fucking pay for it, and they still don't want to take it off buildings, even though it is that dangerous. Right? So there's a massive court case there to get money. So I'm going to put the links into that. Come on, guys. Get arbitration going. Let's do this. Do you know what I mean? And what's worse is they're making residents pay for this shit now. They're making residents in other buildings with the same cladding. There we go. Oh, I knew it would come to me. Cladding. So they're making other buildings with that same cladding. They're making the residents have to pay for a management company to have a security guards to walk around the building. That's their solution. Making the residents pay for a fuck up of theirs. And they're also still not taking it down. They're fucking murderers themselves. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. This fuckery's got to end. Like, it is everywhere. Everywhere. Let me tell you. And the other thing is, you know that I said the other day about I was watching Marcella. Now, listen, if you want to hint, guys and girls, chaps and chapesses, whenever you're watching any kind of crime drama, at least this is what I do, and it's very interesting. whenever we're watching any kind of crime drama, what I do is I'll take note of the storyline, and then I'll search the storyline, see if there's any crime similar that has occurred, and it works every time, right? And so they've just changed the names, changed the characters slightly, but it is based on a true story. So the Marcella one that's on at the minute is about human trafficking. And what happened last year, I said it before, about the 39 people, God rest their souls, Vietnam. They're from Vietnam and they died in that lorry. Now, there was a British guy who drove the lorry. There was various other people that have been involved at different points. There was a couple in Vietnam who were obviously doing it that end. I think there was like another couple of people along the chain, as it were, of this lorry. The sentences that these people have received, and this is what I'm saying. Yeah. Guess what's in this? There is magic. Even it's probably a combination of just straight up corruption. I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine, with paying people off or whatever, and judges and shit. Or they're actually using magic. And because there is magic in it to over judges, over legal people, literally, for reduced sentencing, literally. Now, anyway, right, so there's something wrong with that anyway, because their sentences are so light for the severity of it, and it's kind of gone dead, and it's like, hold on a minute, 39 people fucking died in a lorry. Why is that? Should be on the news 24/7. Do you know what I mean? Like, where's like, we need to be known about this. We need to know who, where, when, how who was involved all along that way. I want to know everything. He's damn straight. The reason why it is because there's people higher up involved in it, right? So then go back to this Marcella. It is it's human trafficking in it, drug dealing, heroin. And this is nothing against anybody, obviously, because every nation has criminals, right? But it was an Irish family, and they're based in Essex. So I googled it. Oh, and also at the beginning of it, they're just killing off people willy-nilly. Now, then something came to me about Peaky Blinders. Is that based on a true family? Right? And also, when you look into, I looked at the richest people that live in Essex. And the reason I picked Essex is because Essex has had the greatest amount of black magic throughout history. That's the only reason. So I looked up the richest families in Essex, and one of them is the Earl of, where am I? Hold on. The Earl. Sorry. Oh, sorry, I can't find it now. But it's basically the Guinness. It's the Guinness family. And next to it is a story. It's a story called The Never-Ending Curse of the Guinness family and how people keep dying. Now, I'm only at the beginning of that journey, but I'm going to go there because nothing comes to me. Nothing comes to me over the last year. Nothing has come to me. Information from any source that has not ultimately come to a truth. Let's put it that way. Like everything is a sign. So I'm going to look into that. And the other thing, so going back to the triangle, obviously what I've discovered is that, and you can check this just from my own Facebook, and that is obviously I have become more, as I've gone up my ladder to get to opening my third eye, if you will, I've obviously tapped into my psychic abilities. And you can say whatever you want, but all you need to do is go back to my Facebook profile from the beginning of last year and look at my posts on a daily basis, because everything I said a year ago has come to pass. So, yeah. Then the other thing I just saw not that long ago was a little video, and I'll put it in here, and it was I think it was 2013, and it's the Department of, is it DOD in America? I think Department of we've got Ministry of Defense over here. I'm pretty sure it's Department of Defense, isn't it? Over there, yeah? Doing this speech about how they were enacting some new law to start a special force of people, right? And it was based on JFK. Because you remember what JFK stood for? He was all for peace and prosperity, and they used a bit of one of his speeches about how he predicted this time about an unholy war, because that's what it is. It is absolutely spiritual warfare. This is what we're in. Nothing more, nothing less. They're trying to distract us with all of this other stuff, right? And he predicted it, and then not long after, obviously, was assassinated. I wonder who, you know what I mean? I bet you, I haven't looked into those documents fully yet. I already know who's responsible for that, ultimately. 100%. Yeah? It's the same fucking one that's responsible now. And that one's going later. But what they did as a result of that, in this, I'm sure it's 2013, they put into place this new law which elevated them and this special force team, which they're like holy warriors, essentially. They've got a team of holy agents out here. You know what I mean? We've got nothing to worry about, man. We had nothing to worry about in the first place, but we got all the tools. Oh, jeez, I feel like celebrating. I'm going to celebrate later. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dance in. My cartwheel in there with my sword on my back. Like, yes. Move aside, bitches. Yeah, because, you know what I mean? I think we're about done, aren't we? I'd like the good days to come back. That's all I'm thinking about. I want Glastonbury back on. I want everyone to have a nice time. I want us all to work towards happy days. Everyone having everything they need. Getting rid of all of the negativity. Fear. If anyone's still got any fear, residual fear, this is what we're doing. We're gonna put it into a little box and to mentally visualize. Make the fear a physical thing. Put it in there, like Pandora's box. We can shut that shit in that fucking box, yeah. And go like that. Fuck off. Yeah, don't need it. You don't need it. Once you know what you're doing, which direction you're going, ready to receive. I'm okay with not knowing everything, but I'm open to knowing the mysteries of life. Yeah, nothing to fear. We've got each other's backs. What we got to fear for? You know what I mean? We've got this. Totally. They've got a team of bloody holy warriors out here as well. So let's smash this. Oh, and a word to the trolls. You know, if you're going to be a troll, do a positive troll. And I saw something earlier about somebody put in, was it Shawn Mendes? Might have been Shawn Mendes, and somebody copied his photo and then, you know, like, let's do that. I mean, shut this fucking negativity down. Oh, yeah, and I personally think, right, so racial abuse is a crime. Therefore, if you're being racially abusive online, then you should be blocked. You should be taken off that platform. Because it's a crime, right? So shut that shit down as well. Like the longer they get away with it, they get away with it. It's like someone, you've got to draw a line, mate. They can't keep doing it. Because by allowing it, that's sort of almost without saying anything, it's saying it's okay, and it's not okay. So therefore, if you're committing a being racially abusive online, and being racially abusive is a crime, then you should be taken offline. We can make this into a little meme or something. Should be. It should be taken off. Like, that's not, and you can't confuse that with. I know that there's going to be some kind of backlash about freedom of speech. No, mate. I'm sorry. A crime is a crime. Is a crime, and we've had enough. And it's not just that. It could be. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. It's whether or not you're using it as an attack against somebody else. That's the difference. There is a difference there. If you want to have a state an opinion on your own page, that's your choice. But it's then people who actively go onto another person's page to attack that person for that thing. It's just about more understanding generally on all things. Like we've got to really make a conscious effort to stop these things now. Like, we all need to grow up a bit, I think. Right? It's just not acceptable. It's not acceptable on the basis of gender, sex, sexual preference, race, religion. Like, come on. It's not nice. And it shouldn't be allowed, and it will continue until someone says, no, it's not allowed now. So let's make it not allowed. They ain't got an outlet, then they can't spread that nastiness. And if all else fails, there's if all else fails, I can get one of these bad boys out. If you know what I'm saying. Because there's there's psalms and stuff in here to shut people up who are speaking evil. You know what I mean? So let's give them a chance. First and foremost, make a choice to wise up and stop it, or you will be stopped. It's as simple as that. Enough now. Can't have no more hate speech. Can't. If we really want to move forward, we can't have it. If you want to have that opinion to yourself, fine, go free, you know, try and educate people, but you can't be hating out here. It's just so, don't find it so much more draining. It's actually more draining, and this is coming from personal experience. It's more draining to be angry and hateful than it is to just let it go and try and understand other people's perspectives, opinions, why they might, why different people from different areas think different things, and it, because of their background, how they're brought up. You don't know. You can't judge anyone like that. You can't. You don't know their life story. You just can't judge people like that. You can't judge. So I think I've lectured enough for today. Soz. But yeah, just general vibe of loving. Yay? Yeah, so we can be working miracles. We can be working miracles out here by the end of the week. Are we in? Oh, the only thing I need actually. There's many things I need. Well, there's two things. One of them I can't tell you. And the other thing is I need to get my Solomon I need to get the Siglium that, bear with me, I want to pronounce it correctly. A Siglium de Arium or something like that. It's basically that, but in a big candle solid formation. It's an essential part. So once I've got that, I'm good to go. So yeah, love you. Really feeling good vibes today. And I love hearing people's stories. But every time I refresh, I'm like, ooh, there's a new one. It's lovely people telling their truths, isn't it? We've got nothing to hide out here. Speak. Tell us your emotions, your stories, your backgrounds. I mean, actually, I like. There's nothing wrong with failing either, because they make you grow. I know for a fact I'm going to fall flat on my face, probably tomorrow, and maybe even later. Who cares? Because I know I'll get back up. That's all you need to know, isn't it? Yeah, you can. After this year, right? Straight facts. After this year, everyone should know that they are fucking undefeatable. You may not feel it right now, but watch. Yeah. Undefeatable. Absolute warriors. So yeah. Assalamu alaikum. I think that's right. Namaste. Shalom. And I'm going to do the rest. It would take me ages if I did all 50. know what I mean? Maybe I will. Hellos and goodbyes. Who knows? Anyway, I shall love you and leave you to enjoy whatever it is you're doing. Morning, noon, or night, wherever you are. But we've got this. Smash it apart, be like, bow, bow, bow. Oh, honestly, I'm just thinking, I'm already in my mind planning the parties. Like, street party. Motherfucking street party. Oh, yes. That's what we're going to do. That is what we are going to do. Global street party. Followed by a pay rise for everybody, holiday for everybody. Let's all go on holiday, shall we? Where can we go? Where's big enough? Anyway, sorry, I'm just getting silly. Yes. So enough from me. Over and out. And I'll speak to you later. Love you. Oh, still on.